Oh yeah, we have a question. I'm always curious how vanna affect movement when we approach a big vanna strike. Maybe you can say something about this, about the vanna and and all this other stuff.
Yeah, so I think we there's a lot of talks about vanna and charm and all of those Greeks, and we are working on models. So we are working on building vanna and charm models. So yeah, right now, basically, we don't really have a vanna model per se, but we are looking into building one. So again, we are looking right now at gamma and delta, mostly and theta, of course, but we are working on a vanna model as well.
All right. The next question came from Simon. He's very hot about this. Can we talk about how to use the scanners? Or maybe what is good practice to use the scanner? Also, when do you anticipate to have afternoon levels available? Thank you.
Yeah, so let's go through the scanners. So the scanners are available through our website. So once you log into your account, you will have access to the option screeners. And by clicking here, you now have three types of screeners, but we're going to add more to this. So the first one is really gamma levels. So this kind of like goes into the ability of being alerted when certain stocks reach an important gamma level. Like for example, Patrick trades a lot of those levels, like the put support, the core resistance. So as an idea generation tool, you want to know maybe like, hey, what could be a play tomorrow morning? Or when you wake up in the morning, you want to see, okay, like before the market opens, what are certain stocks that might reach a very important level, right? So we have the main level here. So we have put support, core resistance, high vol level, core resistance, and put support. So if we click here, for example, we're going to get a list of stocks that based on the close from yesterday, well, we're going to have new data coming in very soon. But essentially for the next day, what are the companies or assets or ETF that are approaching or are very close to the core resistance level? Again, why is that important? Because the core resistance can be either a resistance zone where people close their hedges and the market tends to retrace, or it could be like an inflection point. So you want to monitor those companies to potentially define a strategy for that day. So here we have some interesting names. We have, IBM, CVS, but we can also do the same thing on all the other levels. So for example, we can do the opposite. Let's say that we want to, for example, see companies that are approaching the put support level, in this case, Pepsi or Walmart, right? So again, you know that they're approaching this level. Is there going to be a bounce of this level, or is it going to be an inflection point? So this is kind of like how we use it and how to plan it for the next day. The other one that is very relevant is the IVOL level screener. We know that obviously as the price approaches the IVOL level, there's going to be potentially an increase or decrease in volatility. Like for example, Tesla today, we saw a big bounce there. And that could become like a very interesting screener to have. So you have a list of companies that are approaching that level at the end of the day. Then we have volatility screeners. So in this case, you want to use those to understand what strategy you want to put on. So for example, you want to look for high volatility stocks because maybe you want to sell premium, right? So you want to look for companies that might have very high implied volatility and that therefore could give you like some nice premium. So here you have a screener on that side. Maybe you want to do the opposite, where it's more like, buying options. And then you want to see what are the cheap companies that you can scan for. And then you can use a low IV rank screener. So in this case, we have eBay or Norwegian Cruise Lines, for example. But in the next few weeks and months, we're going to introduce more advanced screeners like, gamma expiration screeners and like delta and all of that stuff. So we're going to keep you posted on that. We're also going to run some screeners on volatility surface models. So showing how the volatility surface for a company has changed, that can dictate the type of strategy that you might want to imply for the day.